Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Star Snacktime Snippet. My name is Alex Killian. I'm the video producer here on Extivia's marketing team, and today we are joined again by our friend Alan Reynolds, the pre-sales system consultant here at Star. And this is the third part in our three-part series on service request management with JSM Cloud. So without further ado, I will hand it over to Alan for the final of this series.
So here we are in the agent interface, and I'm logged in as myself, and I'll act as an agent in the rest of our demo today. I also happen to be the approver for Patsy's request, and I wanted to mention that if I were a non-licensed user, I could do that approval in the portal. I could do all that same stuff Patsy can do, searching for knowledge and submitting issues and finding updating my existing issues and things shared with me, as well as doing approvals. I could do that all in the portal without a license. But I'm a licensed user in the system, so I'm going to show you how that approval could work from an agent perspective as well. When I log in as an agent, I land on a dashboard here, which is just really a set of gadgets that are visual representations of things in the system that get you a quick source of reporting as well as a way to launch into work. I can see at the bottom here in the activity stream Patsy's new ticket that I could launch into. But I'll choose this project from my project list that my IT team is using. And when I launch into a Jira Service Management project from an agent perspective, I'm initially brought to a list of queues. Queues are a configurable way to get to work in your system. It's really just a criteria against all of the issues in the project to get you down to a set of issues to work on. I'm using this all open queues just to get to easily to my demo tickets here. So I can see at the top I've got this need a new laptop that has come in from Patsy. So I can see here from this perspective that I can see a lot more data than I can from Patsy's view. And as the approver here, I can go ahead and choose to approve or decline, or maybe have a series of comments back and forth in the ticket to discuss with Patsy whether I should or not. But I'll go ahead and approve this and move this on to the next stage. And now you can see that I can begin to progress this this issue into multiple different states. Maybe I want to move it to in progress, but the various states I can move it to are based upon the workflow. So if I move this to in progress, I can go show you here the workflow that this issue would go through. And this is really where the power of Jira comes in, the ability to create a configurable workflow that your work goes through instead of having to shoehorn your work into a static workflow in another tool. So from here, I can see all of this data Patsy provided. I can drill down into the items she linked from the asset repository and see her laptop request and all the items that she wants with that. I could choose to respond to her down here at the bottom to let her know that I'm working on this, for example. But we've had some automation do that for me, so I won't need to do that. Maybe I want to add an internal note. If I do that, only agents viewing this issue could see that. But maybe I want to ask, Max a question. So I could do that here, and I could ask him, and any agent viewing this ticket would see that internal note. But Max would be sent an email to let him know that he's been specifically looped in, and that way I can confer with Backline on this ticket. But I'll say we've got a laptop already in storage that'll fit the need here, so I can go grab that out of the closet. I've moved it in progress. I'd configure that and I'd ship that off to Patsy. I can go ahead and choose to resolve this request at that point. Anytime I resolve a request, I do provide a resolution code. The list is configurable, but I'll choose done for now. And I could choose at this point to make a comment internally or to the customer if I'd like, but I'll go ahead and resolve this issue now that Patsy's got that laptop. And when I do resolve an issue, if I have it enabled, the system will send out a survey with a configurable question and a 5-point scale that folks can respond to let you know how your service is. We looked at some reporting on the dashboard, but I also wanted to show you reports built right into each of the service management projects. And one of those actually is on that satisfaction. So here we could see any satisfaction that has been provided in the system, if there were any that would show up here. But there's also reports here on workload and requests deflected and resolved based on actions in the portal there that help you keep your knowledge base up to date, as well as custom reports on created versus resolved, time to resolution, those sorts of things that are all the roll up, drill down kind of reports where I can see that 2 issues were deflected and which ones were those. So I could drill down in and see data about each of those. The other place that I can do some reporting in the system is from this filters option at the top of the screen, I can choose to go to my advanced issue search. And this brings me to the issue navigator, which is where I can get to any issue in the system I have access to. As an admin, you can see I have access to over 500, but maybe I want to begin drilling down to just issues in that project we were working on. So now I have 64 of them. Maybe I just want to look at things that are maybe in open status. So let's try that. Let's see if there's some in open status. So now I'm down to just one. I found the one open one. So from this list of a search, I could choose at this point to bulk change that. With appropriate permissions, if I wanted to make a change to these 4 issues, I could do that to move them to a different project or different type or update fields. I can also choose to export from here to XML or HTML or CSV or something if I want to send data to someone. And then I have the option to save a search. And if I do save this search, I could then use that save filter to back a dashboard gadget so that I could put exactly the right data that I want behind each of those gadgets on my dashboards. Well, I hope the demo today has been helpful for you. I know that I've been able to show you that Jira Service Management will be able to handle your use cases and really provide great value for you.
Alan, thank you again. So much great info in this third part of the series. If anyone has any further questions, please, again, don't hesitate to reach out. Alan's info is here on screen. You can leave a comment on YouTube, and we're always happy to have a conversation. This wraps up our 3-part series on service request management with JSM Cloud, but please come back in the future for more Right Star Snack Time snippets. Thank you.